What's up everyone, Soldier First Class here. In today's mission, will Final Fantasy VII Remake be rated M for mature? After months of speculation on the game's rating, E3 didn't quite answer that question. I'll be discussing whether or not the game will be M rated and what factors may or may not affect that rating. Fans are currently worried that without an M rating, the game will suffer from cut content. However, this isn't necessarily the case. In 1997, when the game released, it featured blood, death, language, suggestive themes, and fantasy violence, which all culminated in a T rating. The official esrb rating listed the content descriptors as comic mischief, mild animated violence, and mild language. This is the same game that featured the entirety of the Honeybee Inn, a bondage chamber in Don Corneo's mansion, and speaking of, a highly perverted segment with Don Corneo and his men. Barrett and Cid were enough language-wise to warrant an M rating, and even they couldn't pull it off. Granted, the stronger language was censored out, but Cid still got away with saying, "Sit down and drink your goddamn tea." While Cid didn't appear in Midgar, he's just one example of a character that could have warranted an M rating. People are also worried about the cross-dressing scene, but that has already been confirmed by Yoshinori Kitase to still remain in the game. With society's views and ideals changing, scenes like this won't warrant an M rating if they didn't back in 1997. Granted, these scenes will now be in full HD, but the heart and intent behind them is still very much there. The footage we've seen of Final Fantasy VII Remake has been limited, but from what there has been, we haven't seen much to warrant an M rating. Granted, that may all change depending on how the above scenes are depicted. Cloud and Barrett have sworn multiple times throughout the trailer, of which Cloud has shocked me a little bit. If you listen to the Guard Scorpion footage, Cloud uses the word shit. He also calls Sephiroth a bastard at the end of the trailer. Barrett has used the word damn and hell a few times as well. In the last trailer, we also got to see Cloud and Tifa share a drink at the Seventh Heaven bar. That would be listed as alcohol references, but since commercial television features alcohol advertising, it's not like alcohol is a forbidden fruit in society anymore. Let's not forget that the film industry has been affected by ratings as well. As the years have gone by, movies have been restricted on what they can show and what will give it an R rating, but that rating system has also been lenient as the years have gone by. To make a comparison that will fit properly with the times that Final Fantasy VII was released in, Billy Madison released in 1995. If you watch the movie with director's commentary, director Tamara Davis revealed that to keep the movie a certain rating, she only had access to one use of the F word, which by the way, she used it to perfection. However, fast forward to 2004 with the Will Ferrell movie Anchorman. This movie used the F word quite a bit, and even had a scene of intense violence and sexual themes. The rating it received and still holds in 2019? PG-13. As I stated earlier, Final Fantasy VII released with a T rating back in 1997. Let's take a look at what the ratings categories are and what they mean. On the official esrb rating site, teen is listed as content that is generally suitable for ages 13 and up. May contain violence, check. Suggestive themes, check. Crude humor, check. Minimal blood, check. Simulated gambling, gold saucer anyone? And or infrequent use of strong language, Barrett and Cid. The original game featured a bloody hallway after Jenova escapes and the Midgar Zalem being pierced by a tree after Jenova kills it. For a game to warrant a mature rating, the game is considered generally suitable for ages 17 and up. It may contain intense violence, blood and gore, sexual content, and or strong language. You could say that if the remake expands on the Honeybee Inn, instead of remaining suggestive, it could warrant an M rating on sexual content. Blood will more than likely be in the game, but nothing to suggest that gore will be included. Intense violence is subjective as well, because from what we've seen, human characters don't get chopped in half or mutilated. Finally, strong language is subjective as well, because what is considered strong language at this point? Is it gratuitous uses of the F word, or is it just occasional swear word here and there? I think it also comes down to sales as well. Square Enix wants this game in as many hands as possible. The M rating carries a certain stigma to it, and while games like Grand Theft Auto, Mass Effect, and the Yakuza series have all sold well, the Final Fantasy series has generally been about availability. Giving the game an M rating would make the game less accessible to the new generation of fans that are growing up in the age of the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Parents will want to share this game with their kids and give them the same excitement they had with the original, and for some, an M rating might be a deal breaker. As long as the game doesn't show graphic nudity, use gratuitous amounts of the F word, and over-the-top gore, the Final Fantasy VII Remake will more than likely still hold a T rating. While it could be completely wrong, and you could say that movies and games are apples to oranges, times have changed and things have become more socially acceptable. With that in mind, it will be interesting to see how Square Enix will handle the game's events and if scenes will be as they were in the original. Keep in mind that I myself would not want their artistic vision to be compromised, and if that means giving the game an M rating, then they should do it. An M-rated game can be just as entertaining as a T-rated game, but from a business standpoint, it makes the most sense to have it rated T. From a creative standpoint, an M rating would probably work the best. Overall, I don't have any fear that the game will suffer from cut content because of a T rating. The character's use of language, the developer's insistence that wall market will remain intact, and the suggestive themes we all know and love should remain in the game safely. At the end of the day, it's up to the developers and their artistic direction. Let's hope whatever content they do give us captures the essence of the original and defines the next generation of gamers, just like it did in 1997. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to omni-slash that like button. Let me know in the comments section below what you think the game will be rated. Subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell to join the ranks of Soldier today. And for all the latest Final Fantasy VII Remake news, rumors, and trailers, I'm Soldier First Class, and I'm on to the next mission. Later, guys.